Hello everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to another volume of Hiveswap Friendsim. So I hope you friends enthusiasts are ready for another pair of trolls to befriend, and as always it's probably gonna be a weird bunch. So let's get started. On to volume 12 of Know Nothings and Know-It-Alls. Okay, so potentially there's gonna be obnoxious trolls, I guess. God, you have a headache. Is it dehydration? Only if you're thirsty for companionship. I'm always thirsty for companionship. Are you hurt? Only you're hurt and it aches for more pals. Jeez, laying it on thick, aren't you? Is it withdrawal? Only from your addiction to new buddies. Really, there's only one cure for what ails you. Friendship. You wonder whose sweet medicine you'll be imbibing this time. Why do these intros always... They get more and more gross with each passing thing. What the heck is this? This looks like a human disguised as a troll. What is happening here? And this is a kid, basically. I don't even know. Galekh and Tirona, I guess? Let's go with Galekh. Galekh, who looks like a human in disguise. It's a chilly night. Not in a bad way, though. It's the kind of crisp air that invigorates you. You think you might just fuck around and make a friend. You're busy breathing in a big old lungful of the stuff when you hear someone call out behind you. Excuse me, alien. I would like a word. It's phrased like a request, but delivered like a command. You don't recognize the voice, so you do some mental calculations as you turn. Whoever it is seems like they know who you are, which could be good or really, really bad. You can make it to Zebra's Hive. Ugh, I'd rather die. You can make it to Zebra's Hive in a few blocks if you had to make a run for it. That's not exactly a place you'd like to take sanctuary, though, so you figure the risk of talking to this mystery troll is worth it. By the time you've rotated around to face them, you've got a big friendly grin on. It's a bit of work to keep it there when you see who it is. Tall, sharp suit, well filled out, curly hair, cute little Christmas tree looking horns. Is it really? I mean, I guess. And an expression that screams, but pay someone else to bisect you if you call anything about him cute. It's a good thing you didn't choose to run, because last time you saw this guy, he was sprinting away from your sparkly self at top speeds. You have no chance. He strides toward you now with considerably less fear, but about as much purpose. Wait, you're saying I've seen him before? I don't remember that. Playing it friendly, you hold out your hand for him to shake. He takes it immediately, like it's an instinct. Yes, I am Galekh X. I can't pronounce X names, man. Xigisi? You're the alien. Nice to meet you officially, etc., etc. It is imperative that we speak, as it is a matter of some importance. I hope you will take my request seriously and follow me to my hive, where we can talk more openly. Are these footnotes? Do you have footnotes? Wait, can I click on these? But if I click it, it'll advance the dialogue. It is in your best interest to comply. Okay, now I'm gonna click on it. It's actually a footnote. I live right around the corner. Too, this is not a threat, rather it is a genuine expression of the critical nature of my request. What? What? If it were a threat, you would know. Hold on, I just advanced the thing. Oh, okay, I guess if you advanced it, I'll just read the footnote too. Wow, okay then, we got a wordy motherfucker over here, huh? A short and sweet, hey, let's hang out would have worked on your friend thirsty self, but that's fine. You don't have anything else to be doing, so why not follow this pushy highblood back to his house? Wonderful, this way. He stays true to his word and doesn't say anything else as he leads you toward his hive, but you watch the way he clenches his teeth and flicks his eyes back at you as he walks. He's about to explode. Okay, why is this footnote there? How to get rid of it? Oh, okay, there it is. Sorry about that. He's about to explode, holding it all in. You walk a little slower, just to bask in the need emanating off him. Wow, what the hell is this? He's like some kind of vampire living out in the middle of nowhere? Still dizzy with the feeling of having your presence wanted so badly, you trip a bit, heading up a wide flight of stairs. And there are a lot of them. Jesus, he could have warned you at least. You look up as you pull yourself to your feet. The stairs lead up to an old stone building, covered with ivy that creeps around some pointy-topped windows and up to the tops of turrets. It looks like the kind of place a crusty old professor might walk out of, followed by a flock of kanky-clad rich boys. The door opens with a creak. You do not hear anyone debating the difference between a movie and a film in there, but you do hear bleeding? Sounds reasonable. You have a goat loose? Once inside, Galekh beckons you through the foyer and into another room, this time unlatching what looks like a very tall metal baby gate to let you both in. I'm sorry, what? Baby gate? He checks the latch twice after he shuts it, then gestures to a pair of studded high-backed chairs on either side of a fire. Please take a seat. I will make us some coffee. You will not have had any like this before, as the taste is drastically different from the slop you get from a public coffee shop. Are you some kind of butler, dude? It is possible your palate is not experienced enough to tell the difference, but I can walk you through the simpler points. Okay, someone's super wordy. Where's your thesis, huh? Where's your thesis intro? And then the paragraphs backing it up. Okay? Yeah, what's all these footnotes? You do take that seat, and you look around while he fucks with an antique espresso machine. He has a desk covered in papers, open books, and a typewriter, and along the walls there are bookshelves leading up to the vaulted ceiling. Everything has an air of purposeful messiness to it, like he pulled some of his cooler titles to leave laying around for you to see. How flattering. You mentioned that this must be one of those personal jerk-off book hives Tazayas was talking about? Excuse me? Oh, never mind. You clear your throat and ask him what he wanted to talk about. He hands you a cup and sits down in the other chair. Oh my god, he's so wordy. Ugh. Of course, I just wanted to clear up a misunderstanding between us. You may be under the false impression that I am uninformed in response to the attributes of rainbow drinkers. Oh, you think I'm a vampire? You may even think that you successfully fooled me into thinking you were one yourself. Okay, he does not think I'm a vampire. When we first met, I just had not previously encountered one in real life. So you think I'm a vampire or not, dude, okay? I don't know. Nor had I ever seen an alien, for that matter. Furthermore, when I saw you before, you were in the company of one Tagora Gorjek. I was making the most reasonable assumption possible. Oh, is this the high blood that we ran into when I was pretending to be a rainbow drinker with Gorgor? Because they did say it was like a blue blood. Oh, weird. Okay, I was making the most reasonable assumption possible, given the information I had available. It makes complete sense if you think about it. Okay, let's see what those footnotes are all about. 1, specifically, you misunderstanding me. Okay, the misunderstanding. And then 2 is alien stuff. I have spent considerable time in the interim researching you, of course, which is why I was able to track you down so easily. Rainbow fucker extraordinaire. I'm sorry, what? Oh. Wait, hold up. You're saying Tagora Gorgor is a rainbow fucker? Whoa, a little bit TMI there. He looks at you expectantly. Oh, you guess it's your turn to say something? Is that all? I like this response. Look, I don't give a shit, my dude. You laugh and then realize he's 100% serious. He really cares that much what you think of him. It reminds you a bit of you a few months ago. I mean, a few weeks ago. All that friend making has, washed up my memory. Or, a few days ago. Okay, well, dude, God, what? The timeline here is all over the place. Still, you know what it's like. You try to tread the line between humoring him and easing him out of having to care that fucking much. You tell me you like him even if he was a complete rube, a total rainbow-drinking lore idiot, if his incompetence knew no bounds. I get it. Oh heck, if the barely contained panic in his eyes is any indication, he isn't at all placated by that. You cut off that line of friend fine-gailing and tried something you hope is a little more speed. This is like the most low-key high blood ever. It must be cool to have a primary source sitting in his own jerk-off book hive though, right? He exhales, gathering himself a little. I am not sure why you keep calling it that. Stop immediately. But I do admit I am interested in the chance to learn more about you, so my response didn't put you off. I was hoping it would. His fingers twitch. You hope he doesn't mean in the creepy dissection kind of way? You are free to leave, right? You glance anxiously at the locked baby gate. What? Of course you can leave. Just because I am a highblood does not mean I am a fucking sadist. You should know by now that predilection is not bound to any one caste. My interest in you is purely academic and friendly. I know you are amenable to that kind of thing. Furthermore, that gate is not for you. Do not worry about it. If all goes well this evening, we will not even have to make use of it. What the hell are these footnotes, dude? Just put it all in your long-ass paragraph. You already did that before. You do definitely worry about it, but not in a present, actionable way, just in the sort of under-the-surface self-preservation way you've worried about, everything that's tried to end your run here in Alternia so far. And it's been a pretty good run, if I do say so myself, Plus, he offered you friendship. You'll reach your heart into that monkey trap any day. Hell yeah, then. You throw your arms out, toss your head, and tell him you're all ready to be studied and subsequently friended. Galekh doesn't pounce right on that though. Mostly he looks uncomfortable, which doesn't stop him from talking. I do have considerable interest in understanding the pathos of the alien. What I really want to know is, what makes you so magnetic? All observable criteria points to you not being much to look at, but there seems to be something about you that draws people in. Hey dude, I don't know either. I apologize if you're offended. Nothing can offend me. That isn't even on the top 10 list of insults you've heard since landing, so you brush it off just fine. Plus, you have it on good authority that your legs are nice. You flex those bad girls in order to give yourself a little self-esteem boost. I was wondering if you had a mysterious status, but the more I learn about you, the more difficult it becomes to make any sense of your plans. Accounts of your activities contradict each other at almost every turn. You are either the most suave and well-connected plenipotentiary I have ever heard of. I have not heard of that word, that's for sure. Or you are running around with no clue what you're doing, and somehow it works out for you anyway. Dude, I am the luckiest bastard on this planet. I am strongly leaning toward the latter, especially after this meeting. God, he is too smart. You mean, it's worked before? A low, frustrated clicking rumbles in his throat. He puts his coffee aside and crosses his legs. This is the sort of thing I am talking about. I know all about your antics, leg-based and otherwise. I just cannot work out what the draw is. Dude, I don't know, you tell me. Again, no offense is intended, and if you feel that way, that is on you. I am just trying to understand. He is too, learn it, man. Why do people like this? He seems pretty fixated on this. You wonder if perhaps he has some hidden reason for wanting to know why other trolls might be into your freaky little self. Some sort of personal interest in another troll's friendship decisions and inclinations and interests. Just, maybe he's trying to steal that for himself. He might be friendless. You wait for him to blush, but he doesn't. He is stone cold steel, man. He does start talking very quickly though. First of all, I do not know what you mean by that. I do not base my self-worth on anything so external. Hypothetically, if I did happen to be invested in what someone else thought of me, I would not tell you about it. Dude, he has self-esteem of, whatever. You would probably just tell him anyway. Furthermore, just because I am not a freak does not mean I do not have desirable traits. What does being a freak have to do with desirable traits? I don't know. Oh, hey, you do have a goat looses. You think he'd probably keep going forever, now that he started letting it all out, but there's a sound behind you that shuts him the fuck up. You both turn to see his lucis. That is a beautiful goat, dude. A big, scruffy goat gently headbutting the baby gate. It looks extremely friendable. Yes, let me friend that. Feed the beast. I wanna feed the beast. I'm gonna feed the beast, I don't care. As much fun as it is to get monologued at, you opt for a change in pace and ask Galekh if this goat is a good boy. Oh, you bet it's a good boy. If you call breaking into my book hive and eating important chapters of my manuscript good, then yes. It's the pre-novel phase, if you're wondering. It is more of an experiential word rumpus. Okay, he's the best, and then to be fair, raising and providing for me also makes his presence in my life a net positive. Best goal ever. He sighs when he says it, a mix of frustrated and fond. You pull an apple adjacent fruit from your hoodie pouch. You never know when you might have to spend the day hiding in an alley, so pocket snacks that don't make you puke are extremely useful. You offer it to the lucis, and he uses his teeth and tongue to pull it to him through a hole in the gate. Nice. Nice. You don't have to have a crisis about whether or not you should let him in the room, because once he swallowed his snack, he trots back down the hallway. Oh, what a good goat. You mosey over toward Galekh, plop back down in the chair, and let him know you're ready to get this fact exchange party started. You wonder to yourself what kind of information actually exists about aliens, you mean humans, on Alternia. The fact that you have started thinking of yourself as the alien is mostly fine, you figure. It's what the trolls vibe with, which is what you're all about in the end. But it could be cool, maybe, to hear about the history of humankind from their perspective. You've been curious, and if anyone would know, it'd be this fucking nerd. So you ask. There is absolutely nothing. I've read all kinds of reports on other alien races, of course. I could pull those for you if you would like. I'm not really interested. If what you are after are bloody accounts of the destruction of entire species or painstakingly detailed logbooks of resources taken from various planetary systems by our forces, slightly interested, but maybe another time. As for your species, I can confidently say there is no recorded history of your kind on Alternia. If it existed, I would know about it. What are you, some kind of history nerd? Oh. Wow. So you're the first of your kind to visit, huh? You flex again and brag that maybe that's the secret to why everyone is so hot for your friendship. But even Galekh can tell you're not really feeling it. If you say so, are you some kind of high-blood equivalent back home? Is that why you are so friendable here? Well, even if I was, they wouldn't know it. Supposedly friendable, I still have yet to feel the impulse. What is your planet's system of government, and where do you fit into it? What are your main off-world exports? What were some defining moments in your species' development? Have you formed any bonds here that you would say fit your planet's equivalent of the quadrant system? If so, with whom? God, somebody's so wordy. You're not ready to take the space SAT. You're too busy trying to sort through the idea that you are the literal only option for him to learn any of this shit. The only one of your kind around. You feel like the frame surrounding your life has shifted, like everything around you zoomed out to the widest angle, with you a tiny speck in a corner, invisible to the naked eye. Maybe you should sit down. Ah, fuck, you were already sitting down. Maybe you should lie down. You crawl onto the floor. Well, you could have just lie down on like the chair. Well, I guess you can, but whatever. You crawl onto the floor, which Galekh probably won't like, but you're too busy having an existential crisis to care. God damn it, that's a lie too. You definitely still care what he thinks of you. It isn't the first time you felt overwhelmed by your situation since you landed. It isn't even the 100th, honestly. It's just that you kind of always had a back pocket assumption that there'd be some way out of this. Sure, you're having fun making friends and allies, assembling a new wardrobe and picking up weird survival skills. It just hadn't quite hit you that this might be all that was left for you. For real, are you saying planet Earth is destroyed? Is this floor wriggling another alien friendship ritual I just do not grasp the allure of? Or are you spontaneously suffering? Yeah, every day I'm suffering, dude. I am not sure how I am supposed to tell the difference, and neither am I. Please stop whatever this is. You want to answer him, but words feel so far away in this moment. You try to call up how you crashed, or what the ass you were doing in a spaceship to begin with. I'm not real, that's the plot twist. Are you even a certified astronaut? Do you have an advanced degree? Do you have hands? I'm pretty sure I have hands, because I think those were stuck in what's her face's art wall? Way back when? Your vision blurs and you feel queasy. You need air, a lot of it. You run toward the closest available source, a wide window. Defenestrating yourself is maybe not the best option, but it is the one you're currently the most emotionally attuned to, so that is what the fuck you do. Man, I am swearing a lot in this volume. Luckily, the panes of the window open like French doors, and you're still on the first floor. You spill out without breaking any glass or limbs. Behind you, Galekh hollers. It still feels nice outside. You lay there and breathe in and out, and try to pull your shit together. From your prone position, you can see Galekh put one leg over the windowsill, shake his head, and then pull it back and turn away. He's giving up on me. He certainly looks fit enough to be able to manage that leap, but of course, he wouldn't bother. He should give up on your hot mess of an alien self. You're fine wasting away out here like yesterday's banana peels anyway. You're ready to take a depression nap right then and there, when you hear the front door open. Galekh is stomping toward you, flushed and fuming. He looms above you, his large frame quaking with anger. Listen here, you little chute maggot. I've opened my home to you. I've opened my mind to the possibility of understanding you, despite multiple instances of you not offering me the same courtesy. I only wanted to correct your misconceptions about me, and to have a chance to exchange some cultural understanding. Oh crap, I missed a footnote. Can I go back to it? I don't think I can go back to it. Well, that's unfortunate, game. Fix that. No, you set up and promised that he's been great. The best and smartest friend you've made yet. A great host, excellent even. It's not his fault you're not clicking like you do with other people. If that were true, why would you spend this entire visit acting like a fresh-hatched idiot? At this point, I have to conclude that you are mocking me and my genuine interest in you. There's no other explanation for your behavior. Well, you're just the weirdest high blood I met, so I don't know how to react, you know. Do not begin to insult me by claiming otherwise. You try to explain that you are just in your feelings, but he has stopped humoring you. He turns on his heel and stomps back inside. Is this the bad end? Because this is the longest way to bad end ever. You want to hope that he'll come back. The drive to understand, outweighing the drive to be done with your sorry ass. But you know he won't. You drag yourself to your feet and start the slow, lonely walk to somewhere, anywhere else. From the open window, his Lucius cocks his head to the side and softly bleats his goodbyes. Oh, goat Lucius, I love you. Wow, it's a bad end. Oh, Gallic. This is the longest roundabout to a bad end ever. Okay guys, I'm just jumping back here so I can get this footnote really quick because this is the bad end. We gotta go back all the way to get the other bad end and a good end. So you have to... Well, hold up. Let's read this. I only wanted to correct your misconceptions about me and to have a chance to exchange some cultural understanding. You have to be the worst ambassador I've ever heard of. Well, I'm sorry, Gallic. Okay, enough of that. Back to where we were. Okay, so I think this is another one of the bad ends because I think the other path we're on is probably right. But then, are you saying that by feeding a goat is the bad end? That makes me very sad, okay? I love that goat, Lucis. Is that all? Man, what the fuck is this guy talking about? You thought whatever he wanted was gonna be a way bigger deal. You want to get this straight. You say, he dragged you all the way here under a thick veil of secrecy just so he could tell you he knows what he's talking about? Man, my character has never been this much of a dick, right? That he was actually right and not wrong? Smart and not dumb? Specifically about rainbow drinkers? Yes. Yes what? Yes, technically, not only specifically about that topic, but that is the pertinent piece of information in this conversational context. Is this confusing to you? I cannot have people thinking incorrect things about me. Cool, no, you were just checking. You tap your fingers on the leather arm of the chair. Is that all he wanted from you? Oh, yes, I suppose. As long as we are in agreement and you do not intend to spread any misinformation. You promise. That is great news. Oh, okay. Is that all? There's a long pause. He looks disappointed, somehow. You're not sure if this is what he was expecting, but it sure as hell is what is transpiring. I will show you out. Okay, that's some deep disappointment right there, man. Oh man. Gallic, I know you actually want to be friends with me, you're just very bad at it. Okay, I seriously hope if we stay on topic, you still let me feed the goat? Because I mean, come on. Oh man, really? That's very disappointing. That should have been in the good end. Please ignore him. He will wander away in a minute. He just wants to get in here and cause problems. You think hard to yourself about this. You really want to go pet the big goat dad? Yeah. But you want to dish about this guy's love life even more. You've heard some about this situation from the other side, of course. But you really shouldn't let Gallic know that Tagora tells you about their tentative and awkward pitch-ish flirtation. Unless, you know, it helps you get more friends. No, you slap your own cheek to snap yourself out of it. No secret spilling. Gallic leans away from you against the back of his chair. Fuck, you are really not doing anything to change my impression of you. You have an idea, so you cut him off before he can monologue you to death. You tell him that if it sounds to you like what's really bothering him, a regular, non-freaky guy, is that he's jealous of your free-spirited friendability. He wants what you've got. That's what I figured. He glares at you, his breathing quickening. Whew, yeah, hit a nerve. I do not want anything of yours. What is it you mean by that though? What is it exactly that you have got? He is not... Wait, are these footnotes within footnotes? I did not realize that. Never mind. Redact that. I reiterate my previous non-covetous stance. Liar. Liar, liar pants. Interrupting him has worked perfectly well so far, so you try it again. Let's cut the shit, you say. There's no reason for him to hide anything from you. First of all, you already promised to like him no matter what. Did I promise that? Secondly, you know what it's like to want to impress someone. And finally, you know all about how to be a huge motherfucking weirdo. That I do. So, why doesn't he let you show him how to walk on the wild side? He can take a few pointers from Alternia's biggest freak. You can see the ensuing makeover montage already, and you start bouncing a bit in your seat. I have zero interest in... Okay, that won't do it. You try one more tactic. Tell him you guess he just doesn't mind not knowing shit about how to be a freak. Oh, Gallic. They all say, smart at how to be boring, and a real big dumbass about weird stuff. Ah, I see what you are doing. Unfortunately for me, it will absolutely work. Gallic, you're so honest. It stands to reason that allowing you to broaden my horizons with your alien ways will only serve to increase my cultural competence. Great, so what'll be? Shopping for a new, more casual suit? I actually kind of like the suit though. Or something wilder. Spicy undergarments? Dye your hair? Other weirder body mod? Gallic's eyebrows shoot up. That last one sounds interesting. Really, Gallic? Wow, he's really ready to go whole ass, huh? You weren't expecting that from this guy, but you guess maybe he was waiting for an excuse to try something? That or he really can't deal with not being Alternia's biggest obnoxious know-it-all. So you're the know-it-all. Go big or get called, as they say. Damn, that probably is what they say. Anyway, you can't wait to get this show on the road. You tell him you even know a guy that can probably help him out. Will he be discreet? I am willing to leap into this, but I do need to protect my privacy, of course. Oh, for sure. You mean, like, probably? His brow furrows, either at your continual interruption or your hesitance, so you waste no more time and whip out your palm husk. You pull up the secret gripe profile. Gripe? What the hell? You got Galekh to make so you could keep in touch and call him up. What's up, Robo Buddy? You get right to it and tell me you made a new friend who's looking to get a new hoe put in him. I don't know if I would phrase it like that, but you're not wrong. Behind you, you hear Galekh choke on his coffee. Artistically, an aesthetic hoe. I don't know about that. Oh, look at his name. His name is Snake Bites. Galekh shrugs weakly, his eyes still wide. Or something similar. Hell yeah. Anything for you, bud. Galekh's eyes dart from your face to the room behind you. You're not sure how much he can see through the screen though? My gear is easy to pack, so I'll be over soon. I'll bring options. You start to give him directions, but he stops you. Don't worry, I know exactly where you are. He's been stalking me with his drones. Oh, it's my palm house. Your palm house is low-jacked. Figure you'd be cool with that. I don't know. See you soon. Galekh hangs up and you grin at Galekh to reassure him. This sure seems like a manageable situation. He offers you more coffee, which you take because you are a polite guest. Galekh starts ideating in a small leather-bound notebook, so you mostly watch, listen to him explain the brainstorming process, take sips, and wish the goat would come back. Oh my god, my character, I've never, connected with you more. Eventually, you hear soft footsteps approaching. Is it the goat? Oh, it's Galekh. Galekh jumps when Galekh opens the baby gate. How'd you come in, dude? How did you get in the front door? I hacked it. Galekh's mouth opens and shuts a few times. Exactly right here, look at that. His eyes dart between your and Galekh's matching hoodies. Oh, we have matching hoodies. Just kidding. Your operation is pretty low tech for an indigo, unfortunately. Your Lucis let me in. Go dad. Anyway, I'm Galekh. Every behind him, a proud bleeding. I love that, go dad. Hell yes. Galekh looks around and wrings his hands. There's a lot going on all of a sudden. He points to you. You, alien, hold on to my Lucis. He cannot be unsupervised in here, or he will eat everything. And as for you, Galekh, hello. My name is Galekh Xigisi. Welcome to my hive. Footnote, things are not typically so hectic in here, I apologize. That is not a problem. These are freaking programming syntax. I hear you want to get freaky. Galekh tugs at the bottom of his suit jacket, straightening it reflexively. Poor dude. You want to tell him you're proud of him for going so far out of his depth, but he seems to be holding his own here. Plus the goat really wants to make a snack out of some old paperbacks. You take your job seriously and hold on tight to his neck. Yes, that is correct. I hear you have the tools to help me achieve this. I am open to a wide range of modifications. I will need to be able to hide it easily under clothing, however. My notebook has some sketches. Look only at the last 6 pages. Flip to an unauthorized section and you will lose the privilege of using your eyes ever again. Galekh, your threat sounds kind of empty actually. You want to dutifully look and not touch too, but wrangling a big goat is a full-time job. Galekh holds up the notebook for you both to see. Wow, Galekh's not a bad artist, actually. Still, you have to kind of turn your head and squint to make out what is going on in a couple of the sketches. You guess there are still a few surprises left for you in the brave new world of troll anatomy, huh? You point to the sketch you like best with one hand as you scramble to keep hold of a fistful of wiggly Lucis fur with the other. Yeah, I can work with that. Hell yeah, button up, get some layers off. Dude, his suit is so nice, he's dressed so nice. Galekh flicks his eyes up to you, and you give him a big supportive thumbs up. See, I do have hands. You look politely away when he starts taking off his jacket. Oh, another new troll time. Instead, you focus on your job, and oh, you have some pocket snacks. Finally, I get to feed Goat Dad. You pull out some mostly not bruised fruit and offer it to Galekh's Lucis. He chomps it up readily and calms down a bit. Jeez, can Galekh afford food for this guy? He's a very poor high blood apparently. He eats plenty. Are you sure, Galekh? I think you're not feeding your Goat Dad properly. He is only being dramatic. Galekh doesn't take off his undershirt, but he does roll up the bottom of it before leaning his forearms against the back of one of the chairs, exposing the broad palette of his hips and back, and I'm sure my character is completely turned on. The design does capture an inevitable facet of my core self. Get going on it. Wait, what? You're getting it on your back or something? Before I change my mind, I assume I do not need to spell out any potential consequences if you stray from the artistic vision, correct? Malik rolls his eyes and pulls out a tattoo gun. It looks mostly how they do on Earth, but with a strip of greenish, almost biological light. Don't worry, your blood color is crystal clear. Your blood color is crystal clear? Okay. Galekh winces at the first press of the gun to his skin. Or maybe it's lasers? There's a glow happening back there. He just straight up like, yeah, give me a tattoo. You don't even need to think about it, huh? With the loose sated, you're free to see what's going on, so you climb into the chair Galekh's leaning against the back of and peek over to watch. So what's the deal with this anyway? Tattoos don't seem much like your vibe. There's no specific reason. I am simply fleshing out my worldly experiences, but why? Intense physical pain for one, though I am able to bear it. Attaining visceral knowledge of a new kind. He's checking off something from his bucket list, you huffily add. Galekh flushes bright blue and jerks backward, screeching like you haven't heard since you first met and traumatized him. Oh boy, you have no idea how, but that was apparently extremely the wrong thing to say. Watch it. You're gonna make me fuck up your ineffable vision. No need to flip your think pan. Gotta do what it takes to find a bucket buddy. Oh, not that bucket, dude. I've been there. Galekh stares decidedly into the middle distance as he breathes in and out and repositions himself against the chair. That is extremely not what this is about. I am perfectly capable of fulfilling my propagation duties. Footnote 1, thank you very much for your vote of confidence. This is not a thing I have to do. It is a thing I want to do. There's a significant semantic difference here. If it happens to spark concupiscent interest, so be it, or deeper conversational interest. Yeah, whatever, I don't judge. You only have the barest grasp on what they're discussing here, but things are starting to click into place. You don't want to embarrass your potential new friend by calling him out on his crush even further, or by implying he can't find anyone to fill a quadrant with. Wait, are you saying he has a crush on Tagora? Because I totally missed that context. You tell Malik that Galekh is making his decisions based on his own personal, emotional, self-educating journey, and that's all. Yes, that is the heart of it. Exactly. Thank you. Oh, what? Dude, why the footnote? Why the thank you gotta be in the footnote? Galekh smiles at you and is crooked and stiff on his face like he hadn't expected to put it there. You smile back and place your hand on top of his, white knuckle against the back of the chair. He winces in pain only once more before Malik steps back, tilting his head to admire his handiwork. Are we gonna get to see it? That'll do it. Galekh rolls his shoulders and twists his body around to check his new ink. Satisfied, he turns to extend his hand to Malik. Thank you for your time on such short notice. Would you like to stay to... Malik shakes his hand, but cuts him off there. No thanks. I'm not much for the after party. See you around, Robobud. Nice to tat you button up. Is that what his nickname is for him? He tosses the gear back in his bag and nods at you both. On his way out, he pats the goat's head. Now place it. Oh, go dad. Our one new friend is enough for one day, I suppose. Thank you for encouraging me to try something new. I mean, I didn't think that was going to lead to a tattoo, but okay. It is quite a rush, isn't it? I still do not completely understand you, but your penchant for flinging yourself wholeheartedly into precarious situations is fascinating. That is what you do best. You grin uncontrollably at the compliment. I might try employing that tactic a bit more in my daily life, if it will lead to newer, deeper grasps of the troll condition. As such, I have 2 confessions for you. Ooh, 2 confessions? He takes a deep breath and gets the rest out all in one go. 1. I knew only an elementary amount of information about rainbow drinkers before I met you. And 2. The reason for my Fraun hinge jerk reaction at that time was because of my gorget-shaped blind spot. So you do have a crush on him? It is feeling space. Ooh. You graciously do not let on that those are 2 of the most obvious pieces of information you've ever encountered. Galekh clears his throat and thrusts his palm husk toward you. Now that we have taken care of that, take a photo. Oh crap, I clicked it again, I hate that. The footnote things are so tiny. He turns around and you lovingly set up the shot. On his hip bone is a modest rendition of his sign, In indigo, of course, it's framed by 2 sprigs of pine crossed under an a V. Actually, no, I should go back and look at the footnote so I don't go do the whole thing and then come back here. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Let's see what this footnote is. I can't reach. That's the most disappointing footnote ever. Observe me admitting these inadequacies with ease. He turns around and you lovingly set up the shot. On his hip bone is a modest rendition of his sign. On his hip bone? Wait, is that the tattoo you got? In indigo, of course, it's framed by 2 sprigs of pine crossed under in a V. What does that mean? I don't know. The look on his face as he turns back over his shoulder for the camera is the most self-satisfied thing you've ever seen. When you hand Galekh his palm on his back, he fucks with it for a minute, and then it starts buzzing with notification after notification. Oh, they love your new tattoo, dude. He looks up at you, a smile creeping into the corner of his mouth. He bites it back like he's not sure what to do with the undefinable happiness he's experiencing. He hates it. Are you talking about Gorgor? Oh, Galekh. Coolest high blood so far, I think. Alright, friends, are you ready to befriend the most bug-looking troll you've ever seen in your life? Tirona Kasund? Probably? I don't know. What the hell is this? So, here you are, in jail? I've finally been thrown in jail. For all the crap that I did, I guess? You always knew you would end up here eventually, but you were expecting you in jail, not this. Damn, what have I been doing on Earth? It all happened so fast. You were waltzing down another alternative street in search of friends when you heard the telltale sound of machinery behind you, and before you could escape, some giant metal drone with a rocket ass scooped you up and flew away with you. Wait, why would they take me? Don't they just kill you on sight? You were honestly surprised that the drone didn't execute you on sight. Exactly. They've tried to do that before after all. Perhaps your numerous shenanigans have grown so vast and ridiculous, someone wants to see you in person before you die, if only to have the chance to ask you, what the fuck? I know, right? What the fuck? In any case, you aren't complaining. Not about being brought in alive, at least. You have plenty of other things to complain about, though. This cell sucks. This cell is dirty. It's hard and cold and full of this gross-looking moss that could probably kill you since everything else on this planet sure can. There's a couple of patchwork holes in the back wall of your cell, which aren't enough to wriggle your way out through, but are enough to let in the light from outside. You've been in here since a few hours before dawn, and now it's midday, which means scorching rays of sunlight are streaming their way into your cell and forcing you to dart around to the shadiest spots as the sun makes its way across the sky. As if that weren't enough, it's almost hammering rain outside, which really isn't doing much to stimulate the sunlight, and you think the rain might be acidic too? Fun! Intermingled with the rain, you've been hearing some sounds coming from other rooms. Interrogations, maybe? Torture? Whatever it is, you're not a fan. And would somebody please fix the leak in the roof? You have to listen to one more drop of water exploding onto the floor like a nuclear fucking bomb? Holy crap, those rain are wild. Your shit is going to take an extended sabbatical from the handle. To conclude, it's not great. You like out, right now preferably? Now? Oh god damn it, you were hoping that someone would conveniently appear in time with your internal monologue? But no such luck. Okay, whew, there she is. There who is. Your new savior is small, probably the smallest troll you've met so far, with the possible exception of Amnesia, and she looks about as young as Amnesia as well. She's got wild pigtails sprouting from her head and a twitchy look in her eye, like she's going to start sprinting the second she hears a sound. She opens your cell door with a creak and gestures down the hallway with a quick jerk of her head. Come on, with me now, quickly. Head down, keep quiet, no asking questions. Since you say no questions, I'm gonna ask some questions. Wait, you have so many questions. Which of your many lovely friends was willing to help you escape? Who is she? What's her deal? How does she know? She shushes you, and her eyes narrow into an appraising squint as she looks you over. Not too bright, huh? Figures. Listen, I don't have time to explain, and I'm not putting my neck out any further, so here's what we're gonna do, okay? You're gonna run, not too far out because you don't want to wind up in undead territory. Stick to the city, find a nice hiding place, and keep your head down. See ya! I'm sorry, what? She just grabbed me and tossed me out. She rather forcefully stuffs what appears to be a military-grade umbrella into your hands and shoves you out a back door into the rain and sunlight. When you turn to protest, the lock on the door clicks shut, air stuck outside. I mean, at least thanks for the umbrella. What was that she said about undead? I'm sorry, what? Game over? Why? Did Alternia suddenly get taken over by zombies? Still don't understand what her deal is, but I guess we gotta follow her. You follow her down the hallway, keeping quiet as instructed, even though you have so many questions you want to ask her. Questions like, what her name is? Or where you are? Or why haven't they fixed the fucking leak in the roof? Instead, you just hurry closely behind as she takes you to a stairwell at the back of the building and up multiple flights of stairs. Peeking out the window of each door you pass, you see what seems to be an evidence locker, and then a row of tightly packed cubicles, and then a long, winding hallway. This is where she opens the door and ushers you through. The hallway is full of electronically locked doors with troll signs on them, the overwhelming majority of which are teal. The only other presence here seems to be the automated cleaning robots. You are unsurprised to see that troll Roombas come with their knives pre-attached. Wonderful. She punches a series of numbers and letters into a keypad beside one of the doors, bearing her sign and a name. Did she just lead me to her jail cell? And then slips inside, and you follow. Oh, very nice office. Whew. Here we are, my hive away from hive. I'm sorry, what? You could be a bit louder now, but no shouting. That'd just be weird as hell, buddy. Oh, and my name's Tirona, by the way. You politely refrain from shouting as you introduce yourself to her. Tirona pulls up a chair and sits down at her husk top, tapping some keys. Are you the prison warden? So what we're gonna do here is I'm just going to go ahead and access your files in our system. Do you not know I'm an alien? Shouldn't be too hard to find since you're a weird alien, and yep, here we go. That's what we're looking for. I have a file already. Time to make a few edits. Oh, Tyrone. She leans in, fingers flying quickly over the keys. She's absurdly fast on the keyboard, her eyes darting back and forth across the screen. Now, normally I wouldn't pull anything this risky, and I certainly wouldn't be helping out a criminal, but I have it on a good source that you're not the kind of person we should be letting rot in a cell, or worse. Right now, you're in our system on a lot of weird and serious offenses, but you and I know the only thing you're really guilty of is trying to keep your head and shoulders attached, yeah? Oh, Tyrone, don't you know it? Just gonna click here, delete a few things, and there we go, you're clean. Wow, just like that, huh? You thank her profusely and even begin to consider groveling at her feet, but she cuts you off. Listen, I'm just doing the grunt work for ya. Wasn't really my decision to spring you, was it the Condens? Is she still called the Condens? Yeah, right? Or no, she's called the Empress, actually. let's just say you and I have a mutual friend, wink wink, nudge nudge. Who is it? I run errands for him sometimes in exchange for information, and it just happened to be pulling an all day over here. Anyway, so I was in the right place at the right time. Him, huh? Who is it? Huh, interesting. This mutual friend of yours sounds like a dead ringer for Malik, is it though? Wow, knowing a Cerelia in the high places is already paying some great dividends. It beats our data at least. All you got from her were some really weird DMs on Twitter from her stream followers. They probably want to see me building some furniture. Anyway, speaking of being in the right place, what is this place anyway? This place is, well, it's a lot of things. Jail and courthouse and office and a whole lot more. Basically, if you're a teal looking to learn how to do teal things, this is where you go for a hands-on internship. Wait, that's internship. Most of it is law related, of course, but there's a I don't know what you're trying to say. A couple of semi-related fields for the go-getters looking to do something a little different. Like me. Yep, I bet you're just dying to know what I get up to in these hallowed halls, don't you? Surely a brilliant mind like Miss Kasund is doing some real important work here, is what I bet you're thinking. And you are absolutely correct, my friend. Feast your gander bulbs on this. A few clicks of the wriggly bulbous mouth and her husktop loads up several images. You glance at the screen, and the recognition center in your brain goes haywire with dopamine. Alien culture or not, you know memes when you see them. God, you miss memes. Oh, alien memes. Check it out. check it out. They're a little corny, but I know Triza's gonna love them. She's a real sucker for this kind of thing. One of them is an image macro featuring Triza doing her makeup with the caption, "Triza's so hot, rebels are so not." Is that really a meme? Another seems to feature troll brains, at least you hope those are brains, of varying sizes and hemo colors. Being a rebel is the small maroon brain, sympathizing with rebels is the medium-sized olive brain, and worshipping Triza is the giant purple brain. So you're saying... Wait, hold on, what? I'm very confused here. Why are you associating her with rebels? She's not a rebel, right? I'm so confused. These... what? O'Neills? O'Neills? I don't know, dude. So many threes. Be going up on the web soon. But for now, I've got plenty other memes circulating. I was about to say memes. See, I made a bunch of fake Twitter accounts and got some Techie Troll to automate them for me. He was hyped out the excitement nub to do some work on Triza's behalf, I tell you. Some of these accounts just pretend to be regular trolls, and others are best jokes, nightly, big, funny, relatable, laugh humor. You know, they're racking up the follows as we speak. And the point of them is to put these Triza memes out there. That's how you get them. You start with a couple of innocuous jokes and cute pervy pics, and then bam, suddenly you're spreading the good word of the empire, and everyone accepts it because your Twitter account is funny and hip. This is literally propaganda. I call it meme-aganda. It's gonna be the next big thing, I tell you. It's already a big thing, Tyrone. It does seem like a pretty clever way of spreading propaganda, really effective on today's modern youth. It also deeply unnerves you, but you leave that part out. There's just something wrong about memes being used for evil. Too late, they're already being used for evil. Thank you. Glad someone appreciates all the hard work I'm doing here instead of just brushing me off. I've had to do a lot of overtime putting out propaganda for the Empire lately. Just between you and me, although this ain't exactly much of a secret anymore. There's talk of a rebellion brewing, like a real actual big scale one, instead of just a bunch of high bloods getting paranoid because a Burgundy looked at them funny. It's pretty scary actually, and I hope I won't get swept up in all of it if something nasty breaks out. Yeah, that's the vibe you've been getting. You're about to ask for more info about this rebellion when she cuts you off and keeps rambling on. Seems like she's got a lot to say. You get the impression that nobody else here listens to her? Possibly because she's still so young compared to most of them, but saving you from a jail cell is a good way to get you to pay attention. But here's the thing, despite being a whole lot of potential trouble, it's also a great opportunity to show the Empire just how invaluable my skills will be for them. See, I've got it all planned out. First, I need to prove to Triza how useful and clever I am and how helpful I can be for her regime. Then, when Triza comes of age, she'll dethrone the current empress and take her place. Most trolls just love Triza, and those who don't are gonna get themselves cold real quick, so I'm sure she'll have plenty of support when the time comes for their duo. Once she's in full... Oh my gosh, she loves Triza a little bit too much, man. Once she's in full power, I snag myself a nice position as her propaganda minister, and if I'm real lucky, I can wheedle my way into being assistant to his honorable tyranny himself. His honorable tyranny? It must be that clown, you know, that dude that all the clowns worship. You don't think you've heard of this guy before? You assume he's a particularly high-ranking troll in the legislative process? Oh, no. He's just a fuck-off huge monster who passes judgment on criminals by eating them. Lovely. Or eating anyone who bugs him, really. He presides over particularly noteworthy trials, especially at the extreme court. In retrospect, you should have known. If monsters can be parents, they can surely be judges too. But, what exactly is the appeal here? Who wouldn't want to be big and handsome and strong enough to devour anyone who annoys you? It's the perfect life, I tell ya. Fair? As it stands, since I can't be him, I can at least be his best buddy and most perfect little helper. And besides, doing all the behind the scenes work is a lot safer than trying to actually hunt down or prosecute criminals. I'll tell you that much. Damn, Tirona knows, all the best routes. I mean, yeah, he might eat me, but that's just a normal workplace safety hazard, really. Nothing I can't handle. She really does have it all planned out, doesn't she? You're impressed. Thank you. But I can't do it all alone. I'm gonna need some help along the way from a very talented and clever associate or two. I bet you know who I'm talking about. Her Lucis? Her classmates? No, dummy! Sheesh! Here, I'm trying to butter you up, and it flies right on over your ThinkPad. Well, then you should reconsider recruiting me, because clearly I don't have the brightest brain. I'm talking about you. I need your help. And I think after bailing you out of that jam, I've earned it. What do you say? The old I rake my claws. Oh, the old I rake my claws down your back. You rake yours down mine. Deal, Dealy. Troll idioms are still as inscrutable as ever, but you do know a thing or two about claws and about helping people to earn their good graces. What she need? You ever heard the old adage? Teals talk. And well, a lot of Teals have been talking about the strange alien going around getting all buddy-buddy with the cast. The way I see it, someone like that might just know how to get me into their office and dig up some dirt on them and their potential rebel connections. I keep saying they should start shelling out for gander scan tech, but nobody ever listens to me. No way, no how. A regular old password system ought to be enough, right? They wish. Yeah, they really wish those locks were as secure as they think they are. You can figure out the codes, no problem, I'm sure. What do you say, pal? How about you help me help the Empire and root out that rebel scum? Oof, you're not particularly keen on betraying your friends, but you do owe Tyrona a favor now, and you love to make another pal while you're at it. There's gotta be some way you can maneuver your way out of this mess. Dude, you can't be making pals on the rebel team and on the Empire team. You tell her, sure, you'll offer her some help. If you're going to hit up someone's office, it should be... Oh god, I have to choose? That is real messed up, dude. Also, there's 3 choices, do they matter? Wait. Actually, hold up. Cause, well, none of them are really rebels, right? But Tazayas kinda leans towards helping people. I don't really remember Tagora, he's just a lawyer dude, but Tagiri totally loves the Empire, right? So, is it like a good choice to go to? I'm gonna click him. After mulling it over for a while, you decide Tagiri is the safest choice. Sure, he's the guy with a sword, but he's also by far the least likely to harbor rebel sympathies, so you won't be getting anyone in trouble here. Yeah, Tagiri, now that's an interesting choice, I tell you what. He's always sucking up to the purples and trying to make himself look all cool and knowledgeable about law stuff. So you think he'd be clean, but maybe, just maybe, it's all a front. Nah, I think he's just a big nerd. I'm working on a video about rebel sympathizers right now, actually, and that's one of my big bullet points that I go over. How sometimes the guy trying too hard to look like he's on the level is actually as far off the level as it gets. So yeah, let's see what this guy is hiding, why don't we? Mosey on over to his door. His door is literally living right here. You consider the keypad. This shouldn't be a hard password to guess. It's gotta be the name of one of his favorite animes, right? You punch one in and nope, a buzzer sounds. You try another. Nada. But to your delight, the door clicks and begins to slide open after the dirt anime title. Why? You glance over your shoulder to see Tyrona beaming at you from right behind you. Then turn back to the door and yikes. A katana comes swinging out towards you on a wire and you narrowly dive out of the way before it connects, crashing to the floor in the process. What the hell, Tagiri? You groan and stagger back to your feet and hear a familiar voice sounding from a speaker in Tagiri's room. Foolish evildoer, did you really think it would be that simple? You've fallen for my trap. You've activated my trap card. Your 3 pitiful guesses were all it took to seal your doom. Not that it's going to do you any good while you bleed out on the floor. Dude, your trap missed. I mean, it was a very good trap, but it missed. Sayonara, trespasser. The message seems to cut off there, but then there's some muffled sounds like a microphone being moved. What do you think, Tadashi? It's gonna look so cool when I show off to my colleagues. Were you just testing it, dude? You breathe a sigh of relief. The katana was aiming right at your head. You almost got skewered. Talk about a close one, right, Tyrona? Oh my god, did you stab her, Tyrona? Did Tahiti murder her? Oh my god. I'm sorry, that's kind of funny though. Alright, let's go with Tagore next. I'm thinking it probably won't actually matter because otherwise your friends would get outed, you know? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. He's real smart and a good talker, and he's always got the latest gossip, so you'd think he'd be my kind of guy. But he's also just such a sleaze, like a real creepy creepster. Not to mention he charges out the sniff tubes for all his info. No thanks, I'll handle it myself. Ooh, but imagine the scandals if he turned out to be a rebel all along. I really hope we find something on him here. Are any of the trolls actually rebels? I don't think that any of them are actually rebels. Unless you count the assassins. Do they count? I don't know. After some elite hacking, that is, punching his wriggling day into the keypad, the door to his office clicks open. The two of you slip inside and you glance around. You are immediately reminded of his hive. Almost eerily reminded of it, in fact. Did he just order copies of all the same minimalist aesthetic furniture and have them sent to his office? That's... well, you don't know exactly what that is, but it's certainly impressive. You know, I'm not so sure if that vase is regulation. Take a picture of it just in case, will you? Sure thing. And if you happen to accidentally delete the picture later, well, actually you have accidentally deleted a bunch of pictures before. Freeing out your troll phone has been an ordeal. You line up your camera to take the shot and... oh fuck. As you were about to press the button, your phone received an incoming call from someone, and you end up hitting the answer call button instead. How do you do that? Now you're going to be trapped in a social encounter that you weren't mentally prepared for. I know, right? No, wait, it's just Agora. That's no problem at all. He's gregarious and easy to talk to, and you're standing in his office. Fuck again. During on your most... Tyrona, don't just leave me here. During on your most practiced everything is perfectly fine expression, you try to angle the camera so he can't tell where you are. What the hell's your name? Better call Gorgor. What do all these weird handles, man? My apologies for bothering you on such short notice. I recently learned through the grapevine that you may have been responsible for certain changes in Xigisi's attitude as of late. I thought it might be prudent to let you know that... Wait. Is that... my office? Did you break into my office? No, God, no. It's not his office. It's just... an office that coincidentally happens to look exactly like his? His face has been frozen mid-smile, and now it slowly seems to twist until the smile doesn't look nearly as friendly or genuine as it did a moment ago. He starts to laugh. Little raspy chuckles under his breath. I see. More the fool was I to ever believe I could trust a fellow liar. A fellow liar? Dude, what the hell? Is this Galek's work? No, can't be. He doesn't do that kind of subterfuge. It was all just a game to you. Yes, that must be it. Of course it was. You're not here to make friends. What? No, that's exactly what you're here to do. The bills I so graciously forwent for your sake. Well, no matter. You can expect a very hefty invoice to arrive via email as soon as I finish typing it up. Damn, Gorgor! No, please no. It doesn't have to end this way. You were just trying to secure another friendship. He knows how it goes, right? Saying or doing anything for a bit of social gain. Oh, but of course. And I would be very happy to continue our business for relationship in the future. Once I've been reimbursed in full for my time and expenditures. Farewell. Damn, dude, harsh. He ends the call and his face disappears. The friendly little boo sound that Gripe makes cannot possibly underscore the finality and tragedy of the situation. Your heart, truly, is broken. But hey, at least you can trade one friend for another, right? Now that she's seen what you're willing to sacrifice for her, surely Tirona will. Tirona? Ah, shit. At some point while you were distracted, she made a break for it. What the hell, Tirona? Can't trust her. Now you're left with naught but a hefty fine and an ache in your chest, where friendship used to be. Well, that was some bullshit. Bill, game over. You know, Tirona, you may have cool memes, but you don't look like a cool person to befriend. And I don't want to betray Tzias. It's gotta be Tzias. She runs a tight, if sleep-deprived ship. You'll give it a good try, fail to find anything useful, and Tirona will appreciate your attempt. Tzias, huh? Yeah, she's got that vibe to her, you know? She talks a lot about improving the justice system. And what kind of person does that, huh? A rebel sympathizer, that's who? The Alternian justice system has worked just fine for hundreds of sweeps. The only person who ought to be proposing changes is Teresa herself. But obviously, there's nothing to change, or she done it already. Anyway, this is Tizzy's door right over... Tizzy? Why'd you call her Tizzy? Anyway, this is Tizzy's door right over here, so why don't you just start working your magic? An idea comes to you. You start tapping away at your phone, much to Tirona's chagrin. Hey buddy, we're trying to break into someone's office? This is no time to play Flappy Talon Screecher. You explain that you're looking up Tizayas on your phone to consolidate information and improve your chance of guessing her password. Whoopsie, sorry, I'm just a little antsy here, I guess, haha. Carry on. Turning to the keypad, you start inputting your guesses. You tried the birthday listed on Tizayas Twitter profile. Nope. Even the name of her mate spread doesn't work. Then, something clicks. Everyone expects a long, complex password, right? You tried just 2 paltry digits instead. 69. But why would she choose 69? Click. The light goes green and the door to her office slides open. Bingo! Feeling pretty chipper about your breaking and entering skills, you usher Tyrone inside with an exaggerated bow. She cackles and skips right in, making her way over to a husktop sitting on Tizayas' crowded desk. There's papers and old mugs lying around everywhere, and the rest of the room is about as disorganized as the desk, with towering stacks of books threatening to collapse if you so much as breathe wrong. The Empire already monitors online communications, of course, but we got tools for those sneaky snakes who try to hide things off the cloud. Oh yeah, you know Tizayas keeps a lot of paper backup copies. Tirona produces a small device, bright red with gold accents, and plugs into what appears to be a USB slot on the husktop. It wriggles up upsettingly. I'll go through her files and you start looking through all those books and folders, okay? Yeah, this is the worst choice, man. We're totally gonna end up like rooting Tizayas and like get her thrown in jail or killed, man. This is a bad idea. You offer a thumbs up and turn your attention to the absolutely massive pile of literature that is strewn up throughout the office. Not really giving it your full effort, hesitant to pry into Tizayas stuff, but you get the sense that she isn't hiding anything here anyway. Oh good, thank God. Behind you, Tirona is clicking through folders on the husktop, the exasperation in her voice steadily growing. Useless school-feeding assignments, copies of court transcripts, a bunch of nudes? I'm sorry, of who? It's all just normal Teal stuff, even the nudes? There's nothing incriminating on here at all. Where is she hiding it? Tyrone pulls away from the husktop and dives into the stack of books with the gusto of a small child in a ball pit, rifling through pages as quickly as she can. It isn't long before she gives up that pursuit, too, emerging from the pile in a shower of loose pages. Don't mess it up, man! Ugh, I can't find any evidence of wrongdoings anywhere. No hidden folders on her husktop? No secret stash between the pages of a book? Nothing! She stomps back and forth, pacing around the room and scratching at her face absentmindedly. Maybe there just isn't anything to find. Is that so bad? Yes, if she's not bad, it's super bad. Bah, look, see? I'm not big, and I'm not strong, and even if I get a growth spurt when I'm older, it won't change that I don't like to fight. That's just not what I'm cut out to do. I'm a thinker and a listener and a talker. Yo, you're definitely a talker. Knowledge is power, and it's it's the only kind of power I'm good with. It's the only kind that'll keep me in the games. Everyone's gotta play nice and get off my case because they know I've always got the dirt. But all those shifty, crafty Teal jerks keep trying to hide all their secrets from me. I'm gonna be hooped if I can't get one over on them. Tirona yanks at her pigtails and slumps down against the wall, looking as frazzled as ever you've seen her. This calls for a pep talk. You sit down across from her and offer a gentle smile. You know where she's coming from, I don't actually. When you came here, you were a mess. I'm still a mess. You still kinda are. All you had was your guts, your mind, and your goofy charisma. You've been blundering your way across the planet, but somewhere in between all the blundering, you made friends. You gained skills. You figured out how to keep surviving, even when it seemed impossible. And if you can do it, she can too. Sure, she may not be as big and strong as she'd like. She won't always win. Sometimes there's gonna be days like today where she doesn't succeed. But she's got this spark in her. You can see it. That tells you she'll be just fine as long as she keeps her head up and tries to hang in there. I have a feeling she's gonna turn out to be like the scariest troll for the Empire. Tirona perks right up. Your motivational speech game is really on the ball lately. Yeah, you're right. This might have been a bust, but I sure ain't. I've already got all kinds of connections and pals and skills. I mean, the guy I run those errands for, He says I'm one of the smartest and cleverest TOs he's ever met, and that I'm really mature for my age, and... Uh-oh, Tazaya just came. You never find out what else he says because you're interrupted by the sci-fi whoosh of the office door opening as Tazaya steps through. There's a long, awkward pause before she raises an eyebrow at Tirona. Now, just what in the hell are you two doing in my office? Were there this many W's and M's? I don't remember. Tirona begins a stammering response, but Tazaya jerks her head toward the door. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get out. Right now? You're just so cool with this, man? Tazaya, you should... I feel like you should, question us. She turns to you. Not you. You. We need to have a chat. I know, dude. Like, if it was me, I would never do this sort of thing, but my character is a dumbass. Tirona flashes you a terrified look before scurrying out of the room, door sliding shut behind her. Tazaya glances at the door, then pulls you toward the most secluded corner of the room, where books are piled so high they practically reach the ceiling. Is she telling me where she hides her secret? She speaks in a low, hushed whisper. A good idea, because you bet a troll buck or two that Tyrona's listening outside the door. Hey, so... that was some good thinking, texting me as soon as you got your palm back. Did I actually text you to come here? Because that would be smart. You shrug humbly. You're getting good at leveraging your bountiful stockade of friends. I wonder what she thinks I'm gonna do to you. There's a lot of rumors about me. Most of them untrue. But when you look as tired as I do every day, trolls whisper. Yeah, you probably look like you could murder a troll or two. She chuckles lightly and takes a sip of water before sighing. I can't believe she thought I'd ever be dumb enough to keep incriminating documents in my office. Seriously, were there this many M's? I don't remember. She must be getting real desperate to prove herself. This is exactly my point about how fucked up it is here. Everyone trying to climb over each other out of the muck and pull the rest down? Like shell cutlers in a seafood storage device? Poor girl. She thinks she's got everyone in the palm of her hand, but she's being played as much as any of the rest of us schmucks. Another sigh. You feel like sighing may as well be Tazaya's second quirk. But you've already heard enough from me about all that. No, Tazaya, you're absolutely right. Keep talking. Go pretend I chewed you the fuck out or something. I need to reorganize all this shit now that she ruined my old system. I know, dude. I was like, while she was doing that, I was like, ugh, don't do that. Her office looks far better organized than it did when you walked in, actually. But you're not about to split hairs over it when Tazaya just bailed you out of a potential disaster. You thank her, give her a quick hug, aww, and then slip out of the office. Tirona nearly falls over herself, stumbling away from the door where she was clearly trying to listen in. Whoa, you're here. It's still alive in one piece. That must have been a real close one. You know what she does to people who cross her, right? Well, I'll give you a hint, pal. It starts with disembowelment and only gets worse from there, How'd you make it out? Oh, talking your way out of a jam? It's a total breeze. Tirona seems starry-eyed and impressed. You sure do know how to handle yourself, especially for a weird alien. I think you and I ought to stick together. Technically, you don't owe me anything anymore, but us little people work best in numbers, yeah? I do think my character is probably pretty short. You could use a friend like me. You smile, basking in the now familiar glow of camaraderie. Yeah, you could use a friend like her. Do we though? I mean, do we really? And you think she could use a friend like you, too? Well, if that part is true. She does need a friend like me. Y'all did good. Whew, that felt like a longer one than usual, right? Because there's like so much choices to go through. I'm not even sure, but I'm glad we, in the end we didn't end up actually exposing any of our friends. That would have been seriously bad. I can't believe my character was actually smart enough to text Tazaya. Oh, my character. All this time I thought you were a dumbass, and you are a dumbass, but this time you did it good. You did it smart. So, okay, so that was all good. And I don't know how, befriending Tirona is gonna... See, like, I keep thinking we should help the rebels, because, like, there are clearly rebels here. I don't think any of the people we befriend are actually rebels, unless I'm forgetting someone. But many of them do have, like, dots that maybe the rebels are for, or I guess what Tyrone calls them, like, rebel sympathizers. But I have a feeling that should come into play. Well, I don't know it's gonna come into play here, but it should come into play in the actual, like, Hiveswap acts, right? I don't know. I'm just talking out of nothing. But for once, my character did it good, and Galekh was a totally cool dude to befriend, and then Tirona was just a young kid who's into all the you know, propaganda memes, which I guess is fine. But I'm just relieved we didn't expose anyone also. Just remember, goat dad. And that's all that's the only important thing, okay? But yeah, so I will leave this episode here for now. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know what you think about these two trolls, and I will see you guys in the next video.